Hello, hello. If you are listening to this or watching this, it means I am married and I had my wedding this weekend. Obviously, as I'm actually recording this, I haven't had the wedding yet. But if I can imagine what I would say this morning, it would be something along the lines of, this was the best day of my life and the best weekend of my life. And I am probably quite hungover, but I'm sure I had a great time. But this is all to say that I am now off on my honeymoon for a couple of weeks, but we have you covered with some great episodes. So do not worry, everything has been prepared in advance. But for now, I thought it would be fun and very timely to leave you with the very chaotic story of how I got engaged. It is a story I retold from my agent, who played a big role in the proposal itself. It is important that you know before this episode that this is the only one we've ever recorded where we'd been on the G&Ts. And I personally would say I think you can tell. But it felt appropriate. But enjoy the episode. I probably won't have posted about my wedding yet. So stay tuned. I will see you there, probably over on Instagram. Who knows? Only time will tell. So for now, let me leave you with a real favourite of mine from the archives, and I will see you very, very soon. This episode is sponsored by Adobe Express. Adobe Express is the quick and easy create anything app, which allows you to make 10 out of 10 social posts, images, videos, flyers, and so much more. But it's also great for internal assets. Pitching to investors, shareholders, or clients is always going to be a big part of running your business. And you can use Adobe Express to create engaging presentations, either from scratch or use any of the thousands of high-quality, customizable templates to get you started. You can apply animations, transitions, and use any of Adobe's stock images, fonts, and design elements to make sure it's just how you want it. You can also have presenter notes on the screen to make sure you stay on track and perform at your best. And if you're looking for funding, my pitch deck template is available for you to use in your pitches. Just click the link in the description to get started. Adobe Express is available on desktop, or you can download the mobile app and start creating today for free. Here's the sound of a G&T. Today is the day. This is Lauren, by the way, everyone. And we are having an episode, a highly requested secret proposal planning episode. Basically, I want the inside scoop from Lauren on the full proposal planning, because all I know about this is A, that I was proposed to, B, that you were heavily involved, and C, I've read through all of your messages with the man in question, in order to be able to, I really just wanted to see at each stage, what the tone was. I really wanted to, see the excitement from all sides. I wanted to see the planning. Lauren is here to tell the whole story. Yep. Of how it went about, how it happened, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to start from right at the beginning, when you first heard.
So we're at your house, it's the beginning of July. And you say to me, Lauren, I think he's going to pop a question. And I was like, really?
You don't seem like the fiancé type.
I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. How do you feel? Had that conversation. Then I left the house, we moved on, I forgot. The conversation never happened. And now we got on with our lives, whatever. Cut to sort of mid to end July, I get a text. I'm in the office, tapping away.
In the middle of the work day?
In the middle of the working day.
Oh, sorry, not a hard-working man.
In the middle of the working day. And I get a text, and I look down, and you know that feeling when it feels like your heart literally drops out of your arsehole?
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I was like...
Did you tell anyone?
No, I just sat there like this. He essentially tells me that he is wanting to pop the question. Yeah. And he's like, what do you think we should do? We. We.
Sorry.
We.
He's like, there's a resource for this.
I know exactly who to call in this situation. He essentially says to me, I think, what about if we did it as a brand trip? Which is a really good idea because, the industry you work in, we speak to a lot of different brands. A lot of these trips are happening. However, I think one thing that he just didn't really fully think about, or perhaps just wasn't aware of, was the level of detail in which goes into all of these trips, and also the level of detail that I pull together to give to you. So it's not just kind of oh, Grace, you're going on a trip, and you go, great, and we move on.
Also not really in my personality kind of realm.
No. And also, you don't really go on many trips.
No.
Very rare. So he says to me, do you think she'll buy it if it's a beauty brand deal? And I take her to dinner at a man in Greece, and maybe it's a brand dinner. She'll dress up, one night stay, blah, 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 blah.
I have to say, would have loved to go to the Aman in Greece.
You would have loved to go there, but one of the things that I made quite clear to him was that is it a man or a man? Because obviously I'm Northern.
I don't know.
We're going to go with a man from my side.
Does sound a bit like you're saying a man.
A man.
Yeah.
But it's a man. That is Grace and her fiancés.
Fiancés. Are you French?
Special place. So I was like, no. She'll immediately know.
Yeah,
You'll
true.
immediately know. Something that I was thinking about in terms of this whole situation was that we had been speaking to for a while now with Armani Beauty.
Yeah.
Gorgeous brand, gorgeous girls who work there. Shout out to Catherine. And
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you for your help.
Everything. Love you. And I thought the only way that I am going to get Grace to go on a brand trip is if it's a brand that she loves and is like really wants to work with, really it could be like a really amazing collaboration, you know, a brand that will go all out. So we settled on Armani being the brand of choice. Like more like as well with Armani, it's more likely to be somewhere luxury. It's not just going to be like
yeah, because I think as well, it's very in terms of like the ins and outs of the industry. It's very specific what types of brands would take people on trips and to what extent the trips would be. Like you need to know that they have big budget.
Yeah, exactly.
And need to know that they have like, because you could take a bunch of people to like, I don't know, a villa somewhere for it to be a really nice place like Hotel du Cap, which obviously ended up being. I would have smelled a rat. Is that a saying?
Yep.
I would have smelled that big rat if it had been
W.H. Smith.
W.H. Smith.
For example.
For
But you know, so the brand had to emulate the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we were going for. He then goes, what about Hotel du Cap? And I was like, slay.
He says slay. He says Sophia Rishi.
Yeah.
You went to a meeting with Armani, didn't you, as well?
Yeah, so the thing is as well, this wasn't a huge jump for me to be like, oh, Grace, a brand that we've never spoken to before is going to take you away, because we'd already been speaking to Armani and we were very excitingly worked with them on the Barbie premiere. And I actually was meeting Armani already. And then in that meeting, I was like, hey,
by the way,
just like a quick one before we pay the bill. Grace is getting engaged and I said it's all on you.
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Hope you like it.
Surprise, surprise. And they were down. So that's great. One thing, which will be a recurring theme, well, not recurring theme, but this comes up a lot, is that I did say to him, something else that Grace will ask me is who else is going.
And what did she ask you?
So I said this on the 25th of July. I was like, she is going to ask me who else is going, because whenever we're working with a brand, whether it's in like a social context or whether it's a speaking event or whether it's whatever it is, Grace gets a full intense brief of everything that's going on. And I was like, this brief has got holes in it. And she's going to smell a rat. The rat will be...
Her nose will be working overtime.
She's going to be looking for that cheese.
Do rats even eat cheese?
Yes.
Sure.
She's going to be looking for that garbage. He's like, oh, we could just say they're keeping it quiet. And I'm like, no, not going to go down, but don't worry. I'll deal with that when it comes to it. So he sends me this big message of all these different things that we need to think about. And I'm like, yeah. Got it covered. All good. Then he says, I also bought the diamond yesterday.
Slow.
So I ignore this huge paragraph and go, oh my God, can I see?
He's literally sent you half a page worth of fun stuff and you just go, oh, lowercase. Oh my God, can I see? Oh my God, show me.
And guys, I mean, we've all seen the diamond. What the actual fuck? Sleigh bells. And it's so sparkly. And
I know, it's so sparkly.
It's
so sparkly that I literally Googled, how do you tell if a diamond is fake?
It's just fucking massive and it's stunning and it's sleigh bells. So obviously I'm like, I'll just shit myself. I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is insane. Life moves on. We jump to, oh no, we're still the same week.
No, you never replied to the original things.
No, the paragraph was ignored. I'm like, you do your job, you get the rock, I'll do my job, okay? We know our place. Stay in your lane.
Sit back down.
You sit back down. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so the week goes by. We crack on. And then I see something and I think, shit the bed, the whole plan is fucked.
Disaster strikes.
Disaster strikes. Someone else another talent, another creator, someone else online
I don't think she'll mind if she's mentioned.
who goes by the name of Molly May.
Why did you say that? It's like it's a show name.
Who goes by the name
Of Jay-Z.
Fiancée. It rhymes with Beyonce. It's Molly May. Anyway, has a very similar experience. So she was invited by her management team to go on a brand trip. Tommy's there with the baby. It's all great. It's lovely. But I'm like, oh no, someone's done it.
Yeah.
And I'm immediately like, I don't think we can do this.
By the way, he's still so pissed off. Sorry. Loads of love to Molly May.
We love Molly May.
He's still so pissed off.
So I'm like, shit, I think we might need to think of a plan B because, again, I just don't know if it will go down well if Grace sees this, first of all, sees that Molly May has done the same thing, and then is like, oh no, Link. I just like start stressing and I'm like, I don't think this is quite right. He goes...
A poetic response.
Fuck off.
What a wonderful man.
So he goes, fuck off, basically. And that's the only response, really, that I get to on that bit. Oh, apart from fuck off, and then another bit more chat, and then I think we stick with the plan. And I'm like...
A decisive man. How
Okay.
long did that... Oh no, wait. That's 3 hours later. Look at the timestamps.
Oh, okay, so... Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So he goes, fuck off to me.
No, wait. His messages go 1:34, 1:35, 1:39, 1:44,
And then-
1:52, and then 4:42.
And then at 4:45, he goes, stick with the plan. So he's
This poor man's had a
gone
meltdown.
away, had a little moment, like screamed into a pillow, like smashed some shit up, and he's gone, no, it's fine, we'll go and carry on. Fine, carry on. It's full steam ahead.
Like, okay.
Okay, that's okay, fine. So I go, okay, fine, we're carrying on. So the level of detail that when we do a brief and give it to Grace or give it to any talent is intense. Like there's a lot in there. And so if I was to just send over like, oh, Amani, blah, blah, it's just, it needs to be perfection, right? But obviously I need to get those dates in your diary because he needs to book the flights. So I'm just like, hey, had my breakfast with Amani, went really well.
Yeah, that was also what threw me off so much when I got Spidey senses.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I searched that, because I was searching like keywords, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. I literally sent it to my sister, who was, by the way, in on it. Okay, I don't even know if I've told you this. She came round to my house one evening and we were just like having an evening in, like watching the Kardashians as we do. And she goes, what type of ring do you like? And the rat is not smelt. The rat is minding its own business. I'm minding my own business.
Yeah.
No rat has been smelt.
Yeah.
She's like, what type of one? And then it's like getting them up on Google. And she's like, oh, is that... She's just like playing dumb. Like, oh, how many carats is this? Like, what type of thing is this? And I'm like, oh, it's this one. It's this one. It's this one. And then she's like...
She's like, holy shit, better get saving.
Yeah, she's like, fucking hell. She's like, well, better wait. She's like, oh, I'm on the site where you can design them. And she starts designing her own. And then she starts going like, oh, should I get this or this? And so we design this whole ring together. And then when I'm not looking, she sends it to him. Later on, when he'd got the ring, when he first brought it home, she's like doing a lot of work for me at the moment. And so she was at mine when he came back from work one day and I wasn't there. And the only CCTV blind spot in the whole house is in my dog's crate, like my puppy's crate. So he makes her get into the crate and they're literally there in the crate like,
Curled up like a little puppy.
Anyway, I thought that was absolutely hilarious. But I've just found the message. So on the 1st of October, bearing in mind the trip was like the 8th, having Spidey sensed earlier, like about like a month earlier, and then said to Violet, and she'd played it so well. Like we were literally at my mum's hen do, and I like grabbed her and I was like, I'm getting suspicions about this Armani trip. I just thought about it, and then I thought it really could be like everything's in place, but I just have a feeling. And one night when we were away, I literally woke up at 4 a.m. and I just knew. Like, as in I woke up and I was like, it's the Armani trip. I'd convinced myself just because of that strong feeling. I've never had such a strong feeling before. And then I sent a screenshot of your message, which is saying, I went for coffee today with a girl from Armani Beauty and they've got loads of exciting plans coming up. One of them was a trip to south of France in October. Would you be keen? And I was like,
a
yes.
light smattering of detail there.
Yeah, really good.
Very thought out.
Really good, because that's actually what threw me off. And then I go to Violet, I go, just found this message from before, so it's defo legit.
Yeah.
And she goes, ha ha ha, boo. And then goes, well, I mean, still a very exciting trip.
Yeah, still sleigh bells.
Literally still great. And she goes, send dresses when they arrive, or the ones you pick. And I go, yeah, I'm annoyed though. Laughing emojis. Really wanted that. And then she goes, surely just means you'll be surprised another time though. Not that he's doing it. Ha ha ha. And then goes, fair, but don't be annoyed at him.
I love this. She's there typing away like...
And then goes, worst case, you wait until New Year. Sorry, am I all right?
New Year's Eve.
Worst case, going through so much trouble at this time. And I go, don't worry, I won't. Don't be annoyed at him. And then yeah, we move on.
Okay,
Anyway,
so let's jump back to me. So let's just come back to me. So I give my really light smattering of detail because I was like, we need to just get that data locked in so we can book it, you can do the flights, whatever. But then Armani kindly sent me a template of their typical invitations and letters that they kind of do for different trips, which I completed and filled in with the help of my gorgeous associate assistant, Liv. And we essentially created this itinerary for whilst you were at Hotel de Cap with Armani. And it was honestly fucking jokes. So this was what Grace was due to be doing.
This is what Grace did not do.
This is what Grace was due to be doing. So 8th of October, arrival at Hotel de Cap-Eden-Roc, 4 p.m. Glam 4:30, very quick crossover. So drinks reception after Glam at 6 p.m. and then a dinner at 7 p.m. Roll on the next day where we came up with a 2-day itinerary for this entire trip. A leisurely breakfast, 9 to 11 a.m.
Gorgeous.
Because I thought, you know what, no rushing. We don't
thank you,
want like a
Armani.
9:30 sit down. At 11:30, we had a product walkthrough with
With who?
with for context. I was saying to Liv, I was like, Liv, we need to find someone who would be there because this is like a huge event. Like, yes, Armani is a luxury brand. Yes, Hotel de Cap is a very bougie luxury hotel, but like, you couldn't just send anyone to go there and do something. Like, it wouldn't just be like a marketing assistant or like, you know, an assistant of assistant. You need like the top dog who's going to be there to like present it because it's still a big event.
Yeah,
for
often
Armani.
it's like a VP or it's like a...
Yeah, because Grace was under the impression that she was there for a new launch.
Right.
Yeah, so it was like a big event. So I'm trawling LinkedIn, looking for the appropriate person to be there.
And who does she stumble upon?
I stumbled upon
I even know her name off the top of my head.
Veronique. Shout out to Veronique because you saved my life. You came through, and I think she is like the top dog at Armani Beauty. And I was like, right, she's gonna. And also, I remember I was like, this is fucking great because she didn't have a LinkedIn profile picture.
Gorgeous.
And I was like, so is she even real? I mean, I imagine she is.
Yeah.
But she might not have even existed. But
me searching Veronique Gauthier, Armani News, and clicking on the news and latest thing.
So, but she was there, but she didn't have a profile picture. And I was like, she's kind of like subtle, but not subtle. I was like, this is the gal. This is her. So we have a product walkthrough at 11:30 p.m. Then at 1 p.m. we have farewells from Armani Beauty and free time. You have a late checkout of 3:30, which is quite late looking
Also,
back.
what really but that was good because that threw me off because I thought if he had planned it, I don't know how he would sway a 3:30 p.m. checkout.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. You have to basically make sure the next guest arrives way late, like in that evening, to be able to get all the room cleaned in time.
Yeah. So it makes sense.
So
that it was a brand trip.
I was like, how would like a brand could do that because they could book out loads of rooms and therefore they have enough sway that like they paid enough money for.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Now
so
I'm
I
reading
was
it
like,
through, I'm like,
no, because then
who would
I
allow
even
that?
go after he proposed. I was like, I was like, how the fuck did you sway such a late checkout? He was like, oh no, we're checking out at 12.
Oh no, pack your bags.
I'm afraid we're off. Our paid time is done. And I was like, oh, okay, sorry.
Pack your bags are off. Hotel checkout 3:30, airport transfer at 4. So this was all designed in this gorgeous Armani template. It was a stunning letter. Grace received it. It was in the room all printed on like bougie ass paper. It was like thick, like not that like A4.
No,
It
but
was,
this
like,
again
intense.
noted,
Yeah.
printed on like sparkly, nice,
Gorgeous paper,
filmy paper. As I said, could be the choice of Giorgio himself.
Again, I once again say, and just to ask again, what is the greeting when you both arrive to check in? Because the last thing I want to happen is that Grace says, hi, I'm here for the Armani event. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? At this stage, I then get looped in with the hotel. Shout out to Luke. We are going back and forth, me in this hotel, back and forth, back and forth. That team are elite. And like you'd expect it's Hotel de Cap, but they are the best group of people ever. So much so that on the day of, I had emailed them so many times with like, can I just check? Just a reminder, please, reminder. That the concierge was like, email me back. And he didn't even say, hi, Lauren. He just put, Lauren. Me and my team, I have a very skilled team here. We know what we're doing. Please be assured.
Sit down.
Essentially saying, fuck off. Stop fucking emailing me. And I was like, you know what? Fair. So I gave the hotel loads of pointers. The room was all ready with product. The letter was printed out. They sent me pictures of the flowers. I was like, no, I don't want the flowers there. Put them there. We had a few pics going back and forth of what the room looked like. I was like, perfection.
They are so good to have done this.
They were amazing.
And I mean, not to mention you are so good to have done this.
They were amazing.
But also like the fact that they were sending photos, they're like, you've booked for one night, fuck off.
Yeah. They're literally like,
please
just shut the fuck up.
We really have very important people sitting here.
Yeah. But I mean, they were great. All of them were amazing. Cut to the Friday before the Sunday. We'd had a really nice day doing podcasts all day. I was just in a great jolly mood and I knew it was coming and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Like no hiccups. It had all gone quite smoothly. Like you'd been asking me a few questions, but I was like, meh, not worried. Yeah. Fine, all fine. And then I go on my merry way. And I remember I'd had a really good day. I was like it was a Friday, which is my obviously favorite day of the week.
Because you love your job so much.
Because I love working so much. And I'm on my merry way to meet my friend for dinner. And she'd booked somewhere I really wanted to go to. And I was like, can't wait to see you. So all day, and she should have 100% been doing this because it is her job. Grace's gorgeous assistant.
Who is also called
Grace. So for the purpose of this chat, we're going to call her Gracie. She's asking me consistently all day what the car details, because for every trip, every event, every deal, every whatever the hell it is, there's a car booked.
Door to door.
Always. Door to door and return journey. You've got the time, you've got the reference, you've got the number plate. It's a thing. Me and him made the exec decision 2 weeks prior to this happening not to tell Grace's new assistant. At this stage, she was quite new. She's only been with Grace for a few weeks. I didn't know whether she would crack under pressure. Not that I don't trust her. I was like, I just don't know if she'll crumble.
Yeah.
So we made a decision. And also, it already felt like too many cooks were in the broth, swimming around, you know? I'm messaging him and I'm like, what's the car sitch? He either texted me this or he called me and he said, oh, I've told Grace I'm driving. So he, as in, you'd had a prior conversation to say he was driving you to the airport. So I'm like, oh, okay. I get this information and I go, okay, I think he's driving. I think he's going to drive them to the airport. Gracie says to Grace, oh, he's driving. Then you start spiraling.
I do start spiraling. It's like 6:30 on a Friday night. The office building is dark. We're the only people in sight. Yeah. We're tap, 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 tap. And I look up and I go, I'm getting suspicious.
So I'm hop, skipping, jumping to Soho, meet my friend, and I get this text from Gracie going, is Hugh proposing to Grace this weekend? And when I tell you, my head just fell clean off. My heart shot on my ass. My hands start shaking. I'm sweating.
Also, Lauren is the least stressed person I know. For you to have had this type of reaction, I have never seen you like that.
It was like my heart was like pumping out of my chest. I'm like outside of my destination, texting my friend like, I'll be 20 minutes. My hands are shaking. Like I can't even type. My thumbs are like going. And I was like, oh my God. So I call Gracie and I'm like, why would you just ask me that? And she's like, oh, well, because Grace is like asking me these things. And then she said about the car and like obviously freaking out. And I was like, okay, I need to tell you, yes, it's happening. She starts screaming down the phone and I'm like, you need to keep it together. I was like, this is all on, like, I was literally like, if you fuck up this now, it's all on you. No, I wasn't like that, Jane.
This poor girl in the first month of her job.
Literally. And I was like, right, we need to say the right things. It's fine. Should I tell her to get her nails done? I was like, don't you fucking dare tell her to get her nails done. If you say to her now, go get your nails done, the rat is going to be popping out, coming out of his little hole, whatever. You cannot tell Grace to go get her nails done. I kind of looked at them in the podcast day. They were fine. They weren't slay.
No, they weren't.
They were
slay.
fine. I then call him and I'm like, yo. Gracie just said to Grace that you're driving Grace to the airport. Obviously, I wouldn't know that because we don't speak technically. about Grace's work stuff. Why would I know that? And he's like, actually, I think he started laughing. And I was like, you're insane.
Yeah, he
just like started laughing. He was like, no, it'll be fine. And I was like, in like busy Friday night Soho, like freaking the fuck out. And I was like, he's like, oh, it'll be fine. I went, well, and he went, no. And then he went, no, I told Grace, I told her. And I was like, right, okay. So I get off the phone, call Gracie back. And I'm like, okay, just like be chill. Figure out a way to say he's already told you this. Like we've already had this conversation. Like it's the thing. And she's like, okay, go away. All in all, Friday night gets settled down. We all bring it back together. We all move on with our lives. Saturday rolls around. I wake up 9 a.m. Hi, can you send my boarding pass? And I was like, gee, it's not 24 hours before the flight yet. The brand will send it me once they've checked you in. And when I typically send boarding passes to talent or assistants or whoever, I send the wallet version. So it's like the one that sits in your wallet and it's kind of like a little square and it's got your name and your seat number and it's got like a barcode on it. I don't send like a big A4 printout. He sends me 2 A4 printouts and I'm like looking at them and I'm like, I wouldn't send this, but like not major, like I probably can get away with this. And I'm just staring at them both. And then I realize, number one, the reference number is on there. And I was like, we can't have the reference number on there. Like Grace cannot have access to this number because like probably most people, because I would definitely do this, she's going to log into BA, type that reference number in and find out who booked that flight. And in which case,
I would never.
He booked it. And in hindsight, I wish I'd booked it. I just wish I'd booked it. But anyway, then I noticed he's put his frequent flyer number on his ticket. And I was like, oh, God. So here I am about to send these 2 boarding passes to Gracie to then to give to Grace. And not only do they have the booking reference on that I can't give to Grace, they have his frequent flyer number and Grace's isn't on there. And I'm like, fuck's sake.
Doesn't care about my Abios.
Honestly. And I was like, fuck me, like, what the fuck am I going to do? So I, speaking to Gracie, I'm like, we cannot send them like this. Like, and we're there, like, scribbling out the, like going on Instagram stories, getting the white pen out and scribbling it out and re-downloading it to phone. And I was like, And then I'm like, you know what, gal? I would never send them like this. Like, I'm going to log into the BA and get the boarding passes, like how I would usually send them. And then we don't have any issues with the frequent flyer number, we don't have any issues with the booking reference. Little did I know that when you go into BA and download your boarding pass to your wallet, if you've inputted your frequent flyer number, your level of frequent flyer changes the colour of the boarding pass. And I was like, you are fucking kidding me. So I get these wallet boarding passes back. His is like bronze and Grace's is like white, plain normal boarding pass. And I was like, fuck my life. So then I log back in. Right, well, obviously I need to add Grace's thing. So Grace's then turns bronze. And I'm like, right, I need to take his off. Can I fucking take his off? No, I can't. I make the exact, because I cannot change his boarding pass back from bronze. And I'm like, right, I cannot send this. So go back to the original A4 printouts, send those with all the shit edited out. Send those and I'm like, enjoy your day. I cannot deal with this anymore.
And I'm also, he's asking me so much if I've got the confirmation. He's obviously asking me because he knows if he accidentally opens his app or God forbid his fucking wallet, his fucking bronze boarding pass is going to pop up and I'm going to be like, how did you get that? Then the rat's going to be all the way out. Yeah. And so I'm like, he's going, have you got the confirmation? Have you got the confirmation? This, interestingly, does not set off my little ratty alarm bells because he's such a weirdo about the airport anyway. Yeah. He literally has a plastic wallet that he travels with. So I'm like, this is normal behaviour. Same with him driving. He would rather drive than take a brand paid for car because he likes to be in like control. He likes to have booked the value parking.
I mean, it's attractive in a man.
It really is. We only marry airport dads.
Exactly. I'm like, right, let's just send these like fucking A4 printouts I'd never send. Like, go. So they go to Gracie. Grace sends them to Grace. We all move on with our day. And then, apparently the hotel were great. They were like,
they were so
you're here for the Armani event.
So got there immediately. They came over like, you're here for the event, right? Like, new secret product, going to be like really good. And
Obsessed.
I'm like, the only thing that set off my alarm bells, my ratty rats, was the fact that they asked for a card for incidentals. And I was like, a brand would never do that because they block book the room. They've obviously got their card on all of it. Fair. And so I was like, why would you need a card? And obviously it's not his business trip. So obviously he doesn't go to put his card down. He's like, I can put my card down. I'm like, no, it's my trip. Yeah. Like, yeah. So I give them my card and it sends a notification to my phone being like £1,000 taken for incidentals.
Thank you.
And I was like, All right, Armani.
Yeah,
I'm stingy.
But then also the makeup artist is like playing along.
Oh my God, yeah.
She's amazing.
Did you have a call with her?
No, we were just like frantically WhatsApping.
Yeah, so she'd been briefed to the high heavens because poor girl, I didn't want to make her too uncomfortable despite my spidey senses, but I was just asking questions like, do you know who else is here? And she was like, well, I flew out with my other friend who's a makeup artist.
Oh my God, this is the thing. So Grace had been asking me consistently, who else is going? And at this point, I just ignored her. I thought
it's 2 hours.
If I do this, the lie will be so raveled. She might start texting people. She might DM them. I was like, you know what?
Do you know already?
I am going to ignore her.
Yeah.
And she asked me again and again, and I was like, you know what, girl?
Guys, I can confirm I'm really fun to work with. But on my search on Instagram, every single recent person is every single person I've ever seen go on an Armani trip.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally like Sophie Murray, Steph Williams, Victoria. I'm literally like watching all of their stories being like, have you arrived? Have you arrived? Things. Another thing that really threw me off was the fact that when we arrived, the driver was before arrivals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, God fucking knows. He was like, that was amazing. He was literally, I was like, that was fantastic. So glad we had. But I was like, as if they'd be able to have a driver before arrivals. Because obviously you've got to go through security and everything, like on the other end and like get your bag.
Oh, was he like
He was before arrivals.
Oh.
And then we got into like the fanciest fucking car I've ever been in.
He's literally like a concierge for the airport. Like when they walk
I think it's just the fact that it was
queue.
Hotel du Cap. So they've obviously like got some sort of
like
relationship.
They make you skip everything.
Like as in it was like ridiculous. And I was like, well, that seems strange. And I texted my friends and they were like, oh yeah, no, that's a bit too much weight to pull. Sorry, sir. Like you don't have that much weight to pull. Anyway.
Turns out he does.
Turns out. Yeah, go on then. And so yeah, they were so good when we arrived. There was one guy who was a bit too enthusiastic, and I thought that was a bit concerning. It was like the general like whoever, and he was like, "Yeah, very excited to have you here." Like all of this.
He knows that I'm sat in my flight in England with a gun to his head. Like,
yeah, literally, like, but also they were like, "We've upgraded your room," and I was like, "That's weird to say because if it was a brand, you'd just tell them that was the room." And so yeah, and I got there. Another thing I thought, I was like, why haven't they put Armani stickers on the mirrors? Because I was like, for all the selfies. I know, no, literally, I hate myself. I was literally like, it would be on all my selfies then.
You know what though? I was actually thinking, I was like, do I do dressing gowns?
Oh, I would have loved proposal dressing gowns.
Like, oh my gosh, I do dressing gowns.
Oh my God, not him. His bill's going up and up and up. You're like, I need monogrammed dressing gowns.
With Armani, they're actually Armani dressing gowns.
He would have been like, why didn't I choose fucking Primark?
Off-brand. And then...
Oh yeah, and then when having the makeup done, she's like watertight. Yeah. She's like, yes, I flew out with my friend. She's also a makeup artist. She's doing one of the girls' makeups now. And I was like, do you know who she's doing? And she's like, I don't know. She's like a French influencer or something. Slay. And I was like... I've obviously got the itinerary, but it doesn't say specifically where we're meant to be. It goes like dinner or like drinks. And so I was like, babe, will you check where we're meant to be? Yeah. Will you just all run on down to the beach and just check where we're meant to be? And then he obviously starts like frantically messaging everyone. Like, has anyone said that she's meant to be like somewhere specific? Because obviously he doesn't want to say something else. And he goes into the bathroom to the fucking toilet phone.
Casual.
But he like picks up the other one. He's like, okay, not working. Very good actor. Very good actor.
Wow,
he was like, what the fuck? He was like, what's wrong with this? And then he goes like, is there another one through here in the bathroom? And he's on the phone.
I just especially with him going,
and he going bing, and he's like, bing, hello? And he's like, they're like, hello. Do you need assistance? They're like, can we help? And so he goes into the bathroom. They're like, no, it's working. So he's like goes into the bathroom and he goes like, hey, so we're here for the Armani event. Could you, we've got drinks at 6 p.m. on our thing, but it doesn't say where to go. Fake person on the phone's like, obviously says something. And yeah, exactly. Like, oh, hello, sir. And then goes, he's like, okay, so then we go down to the end. Will it be obvious then? Or is there going to be someone there?
What?
And then he's like,
this man.
No, I know. And then he's like, okay, but is it clear? Is it very clear? And then he's like, okay, thank you, bye. And it hangs up. And then I'm getting ready and I'm like not sure on my outfit. And I like keep trying to check. And then there's this one dress I want to wear with like long sleeves. And then he's like, no, you should wear this one. It's because the fucking one with the sleeves went down to like the floor.
My God, you would be able
like
to
that
see,
was the whole thing. He was like, you literally wouldn't, it would have been like, no ring anywhere, like literally me with my like Dementor arms or like pulling them back. So he's like, okay, we should go, it's nearly 6. And not being funny, I have been to drinks before at an influencer event. If it's drinks before the dinner, everyone will arrive 45 minutes late.
So this is what I thought.
Yeah. And I'm not necessarily like an early person, but I'll always be there and be like, fuck, could have taken an extra 15, 20 minutes. And so I was like, oh, it's fine. Just like trying to get ready. And I'd like wanted to film like a get ready with me and like all of this.
This is why we put a drinks in, because we didn't want you to go straight to dinner.
Exactly. And so he's like, we should go. It's past 6. It's past 6.
Cut to me in my flat in London, being like, it's time. And it got so much point that I was holding my phone. I was like, it's time. Then I was like, I had to take my phone out of my hand, put it on charge in my bedroom, and come and sit. I put it on loud, and then went and sat back in the living room because I was like, I can't even look at the time anymore. I was like, it should be happening. It's happening.
And so the makeup artist as well, trying to stay on brand, she's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, no, you're so right. Influencers are always late. And so she's like, it'll be fine. And he's like, no, we should go now. Obviously, he's got a photographer in a bush waiting for the perfect light, like literally like hiding. And
he's on the end of that toilet thing.
Literally. And so I'm like, okay, like listening to this makeup artist being like, take your time. And he's literally like, we should go. So we're like walking down, and then there's like the gravel. He was like, why don't you walk into the middle for a like photo?
Yeah.
And then I'm
Instagram boyfriend 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. And then so like take these photos, and he only takes like 5 because obviously he then comes in with suspicious. Whoa, you know that's not how we do
2
it.
minutes.
Literally need at least 200.
Yeah.
And so like he goes to take these photos, and then I'm literally like, he goes to like show me, and I'm like, back away, like, because I'm like, more.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, they're nice. Can I get some more? And then he was like, yes, but I just wanted to talk to you for a second. And I was like, just take my photos, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you did it.
But at this stage, I've been like everyone in the hotel was so convincing that like I hadn't actually texted my friends for like the last hour, because I was like, you just need to calm down.
Chill.
Because I didn't even want to be this stressed about it. It was only because I couldn't work it out. If I knew for sure, I wouldn't have dug.
Yeah.
Like if I knew for sure, I would just be like, not looking. It's because I could not work it out. There was so much for, and like then my spidey senses. And then he's literally like telling me how much he loves me, and I'm like, you have a photo?
Not by these pics.
Doesn't look like it. And then he obviously gets that one in, and then
and then you saw the ring, and you were like,
no, and then I literally go,
I was like, sure, go on then.
If I have to, sounds good. No, I literally
go. Get the pics.
No, oh my god, you have to look at the photos if you haven't seen them. It was the fact that I burst out crying, and then just said for so long, goes, it's fucking huge, and then he goes, you have to put it on. And then I do. Anyway, that's the big old story. Oh, thank you so much.
You're okay. You're fine. I honestly did love it. 4 months of planning. Only 2 hours of that were hell. So really, in the grand scheme of things, piece piss.
Oh, gorgeous. Well, thank you so much.
You're
You're
welcome.
amazing. You're a manager in a million.
Thank you.
Agreed.
Agree.